Morning, Linda. I thought I'd take this opportunity to film for you the areas of the garden that we'd like some help. We're up at the garage at the moment, so this is where people would drive in to the property, and the first thing they do is walk along this little path and then into the property gates. But the first thing they're greeted with is this little muddy area just here, which at the moment has got a chrysanthemum in it, but of course it comes up in the winter, and during the autumn it gets beaten by the leaves from these trees along here. So the whole thing's basically knocked over by leaves, in the autumn. So then, suggestion for something in there would be great. So then we walk down the steep drive. I've got some box hedge there, which I've put in a couple of years ago now. Seems to be taking a long time. This is just a little stone step, and over here, let me see if I can get over. Oh, it's cold. Small planted up area, just needs a bit of tidying up at the moment, but I'm pretty happy with everything in there, because I can see that, you see, from the kitchen window. That's quite pretty. So we're walking down the drive. There's the front door, the watershed there, and then the next area of concern is this little area here outside this watershed. This palm's okay, but if you could give some suggestions for underplanting here. I've got heathers in there, baby heathers in there at the moment. Obviously that pot would move. Just pop that there for now. And then over here, Simon's trying to run out the way. This is the apartment, by the way, the self-catering apartment across the drive from the house. And if you could suggest for something to go by the front door here. I mean, the pots, they look quite nice at the moment, because I've bothered to put something decent in there for now. But when they die off, I change these pots probably a couple of times a year. But it'd be nice to have something around the whole door that looks nice all year round. Okay, so we carry on down this little driveway, and then we come to my next area of concern, all front of house at the minute, so quite crucial really that I get this right, because I don't seem to be able to get it right at the moment. I've got hardy fuchsias in here at the moment. It's a very narrow bed, but the problem we've got, if I go from the bottom of the drive, we've got quite a steep drive here. So of course when it rains, the water comes all the way down and washes away all my slate, and any plants in there takes a bit of a battering as well. So the plan is, I think Simon suggested to put, just go around this side. Oh, so cold. That's how narrow that bed is, by the way. So he suggested to put an edge along the tarmac to redirect the water away to a drain somewhere. Another little area to do is just this bit here. I got zoom on? I don't want to zoom. No, I don't want to zoom. Yeah, just this little area here. It's got rosemary and fennel, which I'll put into the veggie garden. So something nice here, leaving access obviously to go and trim this hedge, because this hedge looks a bit sad now, but it does look quite nice in the summer. And then the next area of concern is this area here. So somebody who's staying in the apartment, which is just there, might walk down to here and sit here when I've got the seats in the summer and have a cigarette or something. But this wall, I'm thinking of putting, I think it's called flock moss type stuff, and it's pretty flowers with a trailing type of effect, but they're little flowers that just kind of would sit, I would hope, along all of this, unless you've got a better suggestion of what could go there. So, by the way, this bit goes round into the woodland, which is another walk for another day. So coming out from the woodland and going round the deck now, which is something somebody might do, and they might stop here and look over the wall, and they're greeted with that nasty little spot. So some suggestions for what might go here. Bear in mind the tide doesn't come up over this wall, but it comes just sort of underneath there. Those ropes are where we tether the goats up, and they eat away at this foliage along here. So something for just below this wall. I've got some, I think they're called lucifers at the minute. bulbs, you know, with the orange flowers, but someone told me they're kind of like weeds, so maybe not the best thing to have there, I don't know. We'll leave the terrace because we've had such really high tides. It's got quite a bit of debris on there at the moment, like branches and stuff, but I will take you down there another time. Now you're walking around the deck. It's my wagon wheel, and then we've got some steps, and this takes you outside the guest lounge door. But as they walk out the guest lounge, they want to walk to the garden. They first of all go past this little trough, and again, it's a double trough. I don't know how wide, 1.5 foot maybe. And it's planted with hardy fuchsias again, and I think that's lobelias. Is it? Yeah, lobelia and hardy fuchsia. But anyway, needs to tidy up, and probably suggestion of something that looks nice all year round. That would be quite nice. So then that gate, like I said, we'll go down to the terrace, the summer house, the well area. But again, probably for another time. It's quite a big project down there. So you'd walk, obviously this is all chairs and stuff in the summer, which aren't out at the moment. That's my little chimney area. And then you walk through these gates and into the garden, the main garden, and there's just a basic lawn, but I could put something in there, I don't know. The area directly in front, which we'll walk over to in a minute, that needs attention. So just to orientate you, little, I've just done that area, so probably nothing to do there. And then come around to that pond I think Simon might have spoke to you about. Once this is all jetted, all the bronzes and oranges in this crazy paving comes up quite nice. That's our back door to our personal lounge, and behind that and above that our guest rooms. So they're overlooking this area here. So I need to pretty this up a bit more. So if we go through the gate, the little black gate on the deck. Hello, Charlie. Coming in. Sorry, trying to duck out the way. We're going to go up to my little rockery that I did last year, which is looking not too bad. It's got hardy, what has it got in it? Heathers and herbies, and yeah, a few other bits. But I'm happy with the front bit because it looks quite nice. I think it will all fill out. But then this new bit, past this buddleia, which you probably think needs to come out, but just if you think so, I should take it out. But it probably doesn't work in a rockery really. But anyway, from here all the way back and obviously up, I don't know if to keep those trees or not. We've taken a few out because they were growing into each other. But it kind of screens off that shed behind, that tool shed, garden tool shed that Simon built. But I am going to paint that shed black, so it might not need to be hidden anymore. And I'm going to put some sort of trailing creeper plant on there. Again, suggestions would be nice for that. And then that wall back of there, which has got roses going on it actually, or they're roses. There's about 5 or 6 rose bushes there which actually trail along that wall nicely. So I will jet that wall off and paint it black. Again, any suggestions? And I'm going to take that flimsy green wire off and put some thick galvanized wire and bigger hooks. So that's that area. This, I don't know if you can tell from here, is actually flat. So there's the buddleia, there's like a step, and there's 2 flattish areas. And I was going to put like a statue, like Easter egg head or Easter Island head, I think they're called, or something really nice there. There's a couple of things I've seen at the auction actually, but it depends on the price. So something would go there solid, and then the rest of it, about a dozen plants up the rockery here, and then that bit of area just at the back, that's one big solid area which I like to put like massive flowers or colour in there or something that would work. So a good suggestion for that would be great. And then if I can get up here without falling over, a plant to go in there to fill up that area. The only reason we need to get up here, walk up these little steps, is to weed that area at the back and weed that area there. But in here, so we're up here now in the wall that we could see on the trough, well, in there could do with a nice plant to hide that pipe that goes down the garden. And this is that trough I was telling you about. Again, it's another, I'm not going to walk on, but there's another long, narrow, hopefully I've got something there, a long, narrow trough, which could do with something pretty, because you've got rooms that overlook that area, this whole area, and in the summer it doesn't look pretty, to be honest. At the moment, I can't remember what I've put in there. I think it's clematis or honeysuckle, or try and grab this label. So that's a honeysuckle. I think there's 2 honeysuckles and 2 something else, I can't remember. Anyway, they were only put in last year, so they haven't really done anything at the minute. This is the pump that was moved from up here because it had holes in it. Anyway, that will be all tidied up, sorted out, ready for summer. This area here, again, it looks sparse right now, and obviously I know the membrane's showing, but we're going to take all this membrane up, re-membrane it, and stone it, because again, maintenance is a key problem for us. But in here is a bay that I kind of went a bit crazy and hacked to death. That's well, what's left of the bay. And this is a really pretty plant that flowers massive yellow flowers. I don't know what it's called. It was given to me by a guest. I think that is a yellow forsythia. That one just there. This one here is like a spidery plant. It's really pretty. It has lovely little pink flowers that drop over. It looks very, very nice when it's in full bloom. Obviously a skimmia over the other side. And like I say, all the little rose bushes that I've got here that are going, and they cover this wall basically in the summer, and they do look very, very pretty. But of course I need to rewire them and retrain them, but I need to do that soon because they're all coming, aren't they? But yeah, all this will be tidied up for the summer. Charlie's looking at me and thinking, what is she doing? Right, so get down from here. Oh, over here. So I've got some azaleas going into that area, by the way. Just going up here. It's just kind of choosing plants that I like, but they might not necessarily be the right thing for this area. So these here as well are quite popular. I like these because they're flat and they cover a lot of area, stops the weeds. And I was planning on getting another couple to just do the same thing in those 2 spots. But again, if you have any suggestions, that would be great. This bit's okay. Simon went and rescued that boat and I painted it up, and we've made a little feature of that. So this is the kind of gardening we can do. That little twig's actually something called hot lips, which is very pretty and it gets very big. So Charlie, see what happens? He gets the balls out the pond and then plays with them in the garden. Charlie, get out! This bit's okay, I think. This is one of Simon's little handiwork. He built that little tool shed for me. See if I can get that far enough so you can see it. Yeah. And I think that is a gooseberry, or no, maybe some kind of apple tree there. It's very pretty. It's not gooseberry, it is some kind of little crab apples, I think. Yeah, so that's more of the boat area. So that's the gate we came in, and imagine we've walked along the little path here, and then we've got to this bed here which needs attention. I've used it as a sort of holding ground for plants that I've moved around, but really I should dig up all these bulbs. These are more lucifers. A few deaths or whatever bulbs have been found all in here, but I'd empty the whole bed out. And if you could suggest something pretty to go in, because that can be seen, you see, look, if I turn around, from all of the rooms in the house. And it's a bit of a shame really that all year round it just doesn't flourish with flowers. So behind it, I can't remember what that plant's called behind it. Anyway, they're really pretty. That one's got like, I think that's a viburnum type tree. Or is it viburnum? The one there has little yellow flowers, which is really pretty. Not euphorbia, or maybe it is. I don't know. It's really pretty anyway. And this one here also has yellow along this trellis. There's two of them, and that one over there has purple. Is it clematis? Anyway, big purple flowers that creep through that as well, which also looks very pretty. A suggestion for very bright. A suggestion for something just here. So I'm back on the path. So people be walking along the path. There's the trellis, and then there's this dead spot. Again, something good could go there, but a suggestion would be good. And then it might be too bright now. So somewhere I've just made for people to come and sit. I will take that Christmas tree out the pot, stick it in there. Or maybe you think no, I don't know. Those are my guns I bought from an antique place. Very nice. And this is like a little, I'm trying to get an angle for you. It's a little semicircle, and in there is laurels and deaths underplanted on one side, but nothing on the other. I normally put just sort of summer flowers in the bed. But again, a suggestion for what could go in there. These are laurels that I've cut myself 2 years ago now, so they're coming on really nicely. But probably not the right thing you're thinking to go in there, but hey. And I was thinking of putting like a seat around the palm for people to look out at the view, which people like to sit in the summer. And then there's this little semicircle, well, bigger semicircle area. It is planted up, but you can't appreciate it now because everything's dead. And that's the problem I've got, you see. Everything's alive in the summer and pretty dead right now. So I can't remember what's in there. I'm going to go a bit closer so you can see what plants I have got. That's some bulbs of something. It's not that Lucifer thing, it's something else. That's a hebe, and the dog's peed on it a lot and it's killed it. I don't know if that will ever come back. I think it might. So the Burnham. What's that yellow plant I was telling you about? Another Burnham cutting that I took, and then I can't remember what that silver plant is. It's really pretty though. Choicea, nice orange choicea. Hopefully that will fill that area. Bit of dead foliage of a fern that needs to be cut back. Can't remember what this is. I think that's a hebe, you know, just here. I think it is a hebe. So you might say take that out. That probably doesn't work there. Some pinks. These are pinks. Another little. Gosh, that's a flock there which needs to be cut actually. Another skimmia, some sedum. Another pink in there, and one of those Piranesi type plants, which actually looks lovely in the summer normally. That's another flock, I think. This is that Lucifer stuff, which I must get out actually, because I think it makes it look really untidy this time of year. So if I maybe dig all those bulbs out, if you could suggest something nice to put into there, that'll be good. That is what is that? Can't remember. It creeps along there really nicely, looks really pretty. There was 2 plants in there. That looks nice. I forget what that's called now. Pretty little flowers, little salmon flowers. Ceres or something, a yellow plant. These are newly put in, so I'm just hoping they'll come in the summer. This is a really nice hedge. Apparently it's quite a nice hedge according to some guy that came here once. Anyway, can't appreciate it now, it's dead. More the Burnham. This is a dead area that I could do with some help in. I've just chopped, it's a dead corner, it's quite a big corner, and I've got 2 buddleias. Oh, and there's a rose bush. Where did that go in there? Yeah, there's a rose bush in there as well, which could stay or go, I don't know. But if it got cleaned up, maybe some suggestions for what could go in that little corner. So if we come out of here, there's so that's a better look, if you like, at that semicircle. And then this back area here. So this is a wisteria on this pergola. Looks quite nice if it's pruned. It will be. That is a Mula purple plant. That grows really well. It's lovely. So some ideas then for the back of the garden. Charlie does love the camera. That rosemary tree is very old. It could probably do with being taken out actually. And it's just got deaths in it at the moment, and some, again, plants that have been moved from other parts of the garden. I'll probably leave that big, whatever that's called, up there. So any suggestions for any of it would be great. My big problem is knowing what to put, in the right place without having to keep moving it all the time. So chickens, another bit of Simon's handiwork. A big old barn there. That horrible building you see in the background is actually, he's using it as a tool shed at the minute for his workshop type thing, but it will be demolished, and then we'll open that up to the river, and it will look really nice because there's a beautiful bridge on the other side of that. And I'll just show you over the gate because I don't want to show you in there. It's not very interesting. It's my veggie patch, and I've got 3 beds. I'll do herbs and cut flowers and stuff. But again, for the B&B, the flowers, I normally grow them and cut them. But any suggestions of what could be put in here would be ideal. So then, we're back up towards the house. And that is it. So hopefully, I've given you enough there to be able to send some advice or some suggestions for plants. I think Simon spoke to you about this area that backs onto the road, into the garden. It's got, what are they called? They're really spiky and like holly, little tiny holly like leaves. I can't remember what they're called. It's a hedge. It's nearly on the tip of my tongue to say then. Anyway, that's what's going along quite a bit of it. But then of course, probably need something to go along the rest of it, or suggestions on how to retain that wall, how to retain that bank. Because that stone wall it's not very good. Anyway, it's a lot of work, isn't it? So I hope you've seen enough and can provide some help and advice. And like I say, the main bits are towards the front of house and this rockery area. I call it rockery, it's probably nothing like a rockery at all. But anyway, okay, thanks a lot. Bye.